You see what I'm saying?
So all right. Let me. I think I know how to answer it. So boom, you got. Let's break it down here. You got sellers and you got buyers.
Okay, there you go.
Boom. For example, my house right here. I own this house.
Okay, you own this house.
Say you're the real estate agent. You just got your license. Boom. I see that you're a real estate agent, or maybe you met me at a networking event or something like that. Okay. Boom. And I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking about selling. I'm like, oh yeah, I can. Can I send you a market analysis or something like that, and let you know what your house potentially could sell for based on comps that sold within the last 60 days in the area in your neighborhood? You know what I'm saying? That's a good way to do it. And from there, boom, I agree to list with you. I sign a listing agreement with you, and you get a commit. You know, we agree to a commission.
There we go.
Boom.
There we go.
Then you put it on the market.
There we go. Okay.
Now you market it. Yep.
Woo! Now we get to work, nigga. What's going on, everybody? Episode number 9 of BTL Podcast. Super excited to be here. First and foremost, for those of you that's just tuning in for the first time, Markese here, your host. Of course, we got special guest, my man Breeze.
Yes, sir.
Sabri Thompson. But before we go ahead and get into the conversation, make sure you like, subscribe, download on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, wherever podcast is available. Links are down below. But we got my man Sabri Thompson, aka Breeze.
Yes,
pleasure
sir.
to have you on the show, bro. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to be on. You know what I mean? I think it's super dope. You know, you're super busy. Real estate realtor, fitness guru, full-time dad, entrepreneur, just so many things going on. So Sabri, go ahead and just introduce yourself real quick, talk to the people, and let them know a little bit about what you got going on real quick.
Okay, man. First off, I want to appreciate the opportunity. Appreciate you having me. As he mentioned, my name is Sabri Thompson. I go by Breeze or Mr. Fit and Professional, whatever you prefer. I'm a realtor by day. I'm licensed in Delaware and Pennsylvania and soon to be Maryland. And, I'm really an advocate on living a healthy lifestyle, fit and professional, whatever it means to you. Dope. You know what I'm saying? You define it. You know what I'm saying? Those terms are not one dimensional. So I'm really just, through my content and my everyday lifestyle, trying to show people that you can get it done and
absolutely
create the life you want.
Nah, that's dope, bro. And it's crazy. Let's just talk a little bit about how we even met. Me and Sabri we met probably a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Through mutual friends. I seen them at a little gathering, and we're part of the same fraternity as well. So shout out to all of the noops that might be watching the same fraternity. And cool dude, man, And then just throughout the years, I've been following him on Instagram, social media, been seeing his consistency. And I just fell in love with your work, bro, your progress and everything that you have going on. And today I definitely want to tap into, just your hustle. You know what I mean? Just your hustle and kind of how you fell in love with that. You know what I mean? So first thing I got for you, bro, just kind of being a wild card, meaning that you got so many things going on. How did you, find a balance to even do so many things? So before we talk about anything specifically, how did that balance align for you? Like, how does that unbalanced lifestyle come into play?
To be honest, I'm still figuring it out. Yeah. It's like, I've always had, just to go back, because I heard you say, like, where did the hustle come from? You mentioned I'm a father. I had my son at a young age. I was 19 years old down in Louisiana by myself. I was a college basketball player, you know what I'm saying? And I was literally thought everything was over, you know what I'm saying? But that's where it all started. My hustle started there. I ain't had no car.
Right.
So I learned how to cut hair. I became the campus barber and, I was getting gas money.
What school was that? That was
Northwestern State of Louisiana.
Northwestern State of Louisiana?
Yep.
Dope.
Dope. So that's where it really all started, my work ethic. And I told myself, like, I don't care what I'm doing. I'm going to go hard at it. I'm not going to let my grades slip. I graduated magna cum laude with a
amazing,
son,
bro.
And I, my senior year, I was like topping this, and one of the top 5 seniors, got to go to Final Four. So, I don't even talk about these things all the time, but it's like I look back, I'm like, yo, you did all those things while you didn't make an excuse, you know what I'm saying? So that's where it started, the catalyst. But how do I balance it all, man? Every day I just wake up with gratitude. I pray God to align my steps, and I'm just trying to get 1% better each day.
I love it.
Proper preparation,
prevents physical performance. Talk to him. Look,
what's understood, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
exactly. And I love that, bro. You kind of brung up. So first off, you're originally from Louisiana. Where are you from originally?
Well, I was born in Philly, but
okay.
Delaware. I came here when I was like middle school.
Okay.
So I claimed Delaware.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm from Delaware.
Okay, cool. Yep. But you spoke about gratitude and just being 1% better each and every single day.
Yeah.
I feel like as men, we kind of lack that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we don't kind of have that reaction to, you know, wake up and be grateful for what we do have, because, you know, as men, we grow up and we feel as though like we can't struggle. We feel like we got to be a superstar through everything. So for you, how important is that? You know, especially in today's generation with everything, all the BS that's going on, man, like how important is it to have that gratitude? You know what I mean? And just reminding yourself that whatever it is that, you know, I'm going through right now, you know, just think about what you do have. You know what I mean? Because you got a roof over your head, you got businesses that's in motion, you have an amazing son. So like, how important is it for us as men? Not even but just as men. Yeah. How important is it to kind of remind yourself that, look, be grateful, you know, be thankful.
Especially as men. I mean, and especially in our community, we know most of us don't make it to where we are, our age. I'm 27, you know what I'm saying? I got cousins and brothers who aren't here and they have kids still on this earth, you know what I'm saying? Yep. So the fact that I get to wake up with breath in my lungs every day, that's the ultimate gratitude.
Word up.
You know what I'm saying? I was just running the other morning and it was this older gentleman walking with his cane, and you feel me, I'm running, he's like, man, you fast, man. I remember I used to run like that. That right there, another reminder, you're blessed.
Wow.
Just to be able to run.
Wow. And that's crazy because my thing about old people, like it's funny how you bring up old people, because one time I was in the gym and he was an older white guy. Older white guy, you know what I mean? And I forget what he said verbatim, but just something about overall complaining about like when you're young, right? And the whole message behind that, and the reason why I'm saying that is because it's like we don't realize that old people, like older people, they're the most smartest. They're smart. And I feel like sometimes, you know, we take advantage of that because it's like we see older people, but a lot of times we don't take their advice the way that we should. So for you to kind of say that you saw somebody while you was running and he kind of let you know what he said, it's like, damn,
it's just that.
Let me step back real quick and like really cherish what's going on right now, because I'm over here complaining, frustrated, but you have people like him that's not able to do those things no more because he passed through something. So that's dope. And I also want to tap into, you know, I want to talk about college a little bit to kind of talk, you know, ease into, you know, what you got going on. You know what I mean? So talk a little bit about, you know, your childhood real quick, right? What was that like? You know what I mean? Do you got siblings? Yeah. Like, talk a little about your childhood a little bit real quick.
So I grew up with a single mother, and it was just me and my sister. I have siblings on my father's side, but my dad is incarcerated. He's been incarcerated my whole life, so didn't really grow up with them and things like that. Don't really have a relationship. But growing up, you feel me? Like we started out in Philly.
And did that kind of affect you in a way? Like you said, not growing up with them. Like how was?
Oh yeah, it affected me in so many ways, man. I remember visions like, cause me and my sister had different dads. I remember her dad used to come pick her up, and I used to run upstairs crying. And I just have those memories now because I have a son, and my son lives far away. So sometimes I feel like, dang, I don't want him feeling how I feel. So that's what really drives me every day, because I'm trying to create that lifestyle where it's like I can go see my son. I mean, maybe one day live closer to him, and you know, things. I'm trying to create that lifestyle where it's like, you know, he knows like, oh, my dad, like financially he's good, but that can't raise him. You know what I'm saying? And you know, growing up, you know, not having my dad, it's a lot of things that I'm seeing now, like even with relationships, you know, I didn't see what a man is supposed to be like with a woman. You know, how to change. I had a YouTube University, how to like change a tire. You know,
this is crazy, man. Because it kind of alters the whole conversation now. Because I didn't know. See, I didn't know about that. You know what I mean? And this is why I love having these convos, because you learn so much. So you didn't have your dad.
My dad's still in jail.
Wow. So from birth, you never seen him?
I seen him.
Oh, you saw him like young?
Yeah. I was young. I was maybe like 5.
Okay.
I remember him being around.
So
but
he's
like,
still incarcerated today?
Yeah, he got out he got out 2 times throughout my life, like when I was 13 and then right before I was about to have my son. But it was really short lived. Like months, because you know you institutionalize like.
Damn. So that changed the whole conversation. So that now like that brings up another topic, bro. Like how does that, you know, you being a dad, you know what I mean? Like what did that do for you? Like how did you find it? I know you said YouTube University, you know, learning how to do little things and stuff like that. But how important is it for you? Like how important was it for you to not be, you know, like your dad? And I say he was a bad person, but how important was it for you to be like, you know what, I have a son. You know what I mean? And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that my son have me every single, you know, every time. You know what I mean? So like, what did that do for you as a dad in your work?
It just goes back to, it drives me because it's like, I know what it feels like not to have your dad and not grow up with a dad. Luckily, like playing basketball, I had like positive role models in my life. Like I have like coaches that I like, you know, they're father figures to me. So luckily I had a good village and had really strong women in my family to, you know, help me. But there's certain things a woman can't really teach you. But for me, like to go back to your question with my son, you know, I'm not with him every day because he lives in Louisiana. So I deal with that guilt. I'm like the epitome of like daddy issues. You feel me? I'm struggling with, you know, the fact that you know, my dad is still not there. I'm 27, you know, he's still not here. And my dad's a good person. Like, you know what I'm saying? He did what he had to do to provide for his family. You feel me? And I thank him because I feel like that's where the hustler came from. You know what I'm saying?
So,
you know what I'm saying? I'm thankful. And without him, I wouldn't be here.
Grateful.
You know what I'm saying? And it kind of messes with me. Like, I was in like a really dark place after I had my son because I already struggled with, you know, my dad. And it's times my dad called me from jail. Yeah. And I literally ignore it because I'm like, I don't know what to say to you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm still dealing with it, and fitness kind of is my therapy, but I think I do need to go talk to somebody. Like I really do. Like, and one thing I want to say for men, like, it's okay to go talk to somebody because I know that a lot of the things that I deal with, like a lot of people see me like smiling all the time. Bree's such a positive person, but they don't know what really goes on up here. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff that I'm fighting with internally that I need to release. And you know, but with my son, he's not there, but luckily my like technology, I get to FaceTime him, and you know, his mother, I'm so thankful for her. We were 19, you know, it was ugly at first, you know, because we were kids, you know, unexpected, you know, not planned, you know, but it had to happen because without that happen, I wouldn't be
where you are today.
So I have ultimate gratitude for my son because he's super smart. I'm so thankful for his mom, man. And it's like, I'm glad that we're at a good co-parenting relationship. I love it. You know, because like she reminds him like, no, that's your dad. Like, you feel me? Because she could easily be like, oh yeah, your dad left you. You know what I'm saying? And even though I'm not, you know, so I'm thankful for her for that. And you know,
that's dope.
Yeah, man. I could talk all day on that, but
that's super dope,
so
man.
much
like,
to
I
unpack.
didn't even know that, bro. I didn't know that you didn't have your dad and all that. So that kind of really changes the trajectory of many things. And you know, you kind of just talking about just the stigma of, you know, us as men. You know, having somebody to talk to and being able to kind of get those things, you know, off our chest. You know what I mean? Because I know for me personally, like I'm an alpha male, man. I think many men are, but like I have a very hard time of expressing myself, right? And I'm okay with admitting that. You know, I've said that on many occasions, whether it comes to relationships, you know, whether it comes to friendships. I'm an individual who, and I don't even want to say it's the way I was raised, but just as a man, like it's natural for us to not be, you know, to be prideful and not want to talk about certain things. So that advice that you have given about talking to somebody, it is okay. You know what I mean? It is okay, because I personally feel like even right now, like there's so many things that I know I need to talk to somebody about, but I'm just not getting there yet. You know what I'm saying? So just as an individual who is struggling with that too, like make sure, you know, for anybody that's watching, if you are somebody who's, or listening, who is going through something, you know, whether it's parenthood, you know, just family issues or anything, bro, I definitely recommend, you know, talking to somebody, whether it's a friend, therapy, whatever the case may be, male specifically, man, like it's okay. You know what I'm saying? That kind of leads me into
this right here is that
my next, being
vulnerable to even talk and then share it to the world. This is a form of therapy.
Bro. It's crazy. This is why I started doing this, because like I feel like this is my way of kind of getting it off my chest and having people that understand. It's like, man, that's tough. And this kind of leads me into the next thing, which was, you know, you mentioned the co-parenting, you know, which, and if you're willing to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
The co-parenting with your baby mom and that relationship. So how is it, you know, how is the co-parenting lifestyle? Like, you know, I know you said you could talk to him on FaceTime. He lives in Louisiana. How is that ultimately on a day-to-day? So like you go about your day, you get up early, you work out, you go to work. Like, how do you make time for your son? What do you do? Like, is it like a routine, a schedule? Like, how often do you go see him? Like, what is it like? So that's a great question, because I'm finding a balance with that. And, you know, I admit, even to his mom, like, man, I know I ain't called today. Like, you know, because I get wrapped up in my everyday lifestyle. The good thing that I say what helps with the co-parent relationship is because we were 19 and we're both 27 now. Like, we're the same age. So we had years of getting over that and getting rid of all the emotions we might have had towards each other. And now we know it's just for Kyler, that's his name, my son. Kyler. Yeah. Shout out Kyler, man. Yeah, Kai. Yeah, man. So we know what the ultimate goal is. We know we have a common interest, and our goal is to make him do the best we can. She's there physically, you know, so that's why I'm gonna always be indebted to her for that. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. And you know, so on a day-to-day, like I said, man, I literally, like, I say proper preparation, like, I literally have to write in my schedule, like, call Kai. Everything is scheduling now, bro, for real. Because it's like, yo, like, my days, like, because, like, I prayed for God to overfill my cup, and I'm in that time right now where he's really showing so much favor to me. And, you know, I have to remember sometimes I have to sit back like, all right, why are you working so hard? Because, like, 5 years ago when I graduated college, I told myself, like, man, like, because I was working a job, I was like, man,
I got to go see my son. I went into debt, credit card debt, not knowing I was financially illiterate at the time. Because I'm like, I got to go see him. So I'm buying these plane tickets. And mind you, he lives in a small town. So it ain't just no quick little ticket. It's not a big hub like Atlanta. Like I literally used to drive. I drove down there a few times, 21 hours to see my son.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I'm going to figure it out. You know, but now real estate actually, that's a catalyst into it. Transition into it. I was like, all right, how can I make more money? You know, I started doing Herbalife. You know, that was a side hustle. It wasn't really for me. Then I started doing real estate, and those checks are different. So I was like, now, and I'm still working a job at the time. So I'm like, oh, I can use this to go fly, see my son real quick, and not be hurt by it.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So now, boom, I'm breaking it up. I can go see him randomly for a weekend, take a long weekend because I'm working a job. So take a long weekend real quick to go see him. I can bring him up here in the summer. I can bring him up here for Christmas break or Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying?
It's amazing, man.
Yeah. So now, you know, God's put me in a position now where it's going to be like, I'm really going to be able to be like, all right, come on, we out.
That's
you know what I'm saying,
man?
Yeah.
So you started with Herbalife and then you transitioned into real estate. That's how you got to real estate. Real estate started what year for you?
2019, I started. Got
2019.
my license. Yep.
Okay. So since you rung it up, let's tap into it. So how is that process of real estate? You know what I mean? For me, I personally don't know a lot about real estate, you know, but I see that as of right now, it is a hot commodity. You know, a lot of people are starting to tap into real estate. They want to learn about it. They want to, you know, sell homes, buy homes, whatever the case may be. I don't know a lot of the terminology behind it. So for you, what was the transition like? So in terms of, walk me through your day one of, okay, I want to get my real estate license. What did you do? How did you? Yep.
So, boom, I researched. I said, all right, how do I get because you got to do pre-licensing course.
Okay.
So this pre-COVID, so it was in person. So I signed up for Delaware School of Real Estate.
Okay.
I took my 99 hours at night after work, you know, got my light, and then I ended up passing. You got to pass the pre-licensing course, and then you got to go sit for the national and the state portion of the exam. Okay. I did Delaware first because Delaware requires more hours than Pennsylvania.
Got it.
So boom, I did that, passed the test, got my license, interviewed with a few brokers, and I ended up joining at the time Berkshire Hathaway.
Okay. And a broker would be like the company.
Berkshire is the broker.
The broker. Okay,
yep.
Got it. And you'll be one of the salesmen.
The salespersons. Yep.
Okay,
yeah. So people, when you hear realtor, like realtors are salespeople. You're not the broker. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The agent is technically that.
Got it.
The higher up. You're just representing that company.
Got it.
But you're still a independent contractor though.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. So I got the license. I joined Berkshire. I started networking a little bit. And man, like I don't know. It was God's favor. You know, it was meant for me. I got my first deal my first month.
Wow.
And that's rare. Like there's.
And your first deal meaning you sold the house.
I sold the house. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I was on the buy side. Okay. So you got the listing side, which is like if I was to list. So my house, if I was to list this, I would be a listing agent. Or if I brought you to buy it, I would be a buyer's agent. So right now in my career, I work mostly with buyers, but I'm starting to get more listings because those buyers I had in the beginning are now starting to turn. And now people know me as the realtor. Now my sphere of influence growing. You know, somebody's think about real estate, they think about Breeze. You know what I'm saying?
So real quick before you move on. So, because I'm like I said, I'm learning about this too. Like, and I love this because as someday hopefully I could tap into real estate myself. So you take the test. You know, you pass it, all that good stuff. You get interviewed, I guess, by the broker, of course, to see if they want you as a rep.
Yep.
And so the broker provides the listings, meaning like it's all you. So how do you and I'm trying to learn. So how do you list? Like do you go to the broker and say, okay, cool, I see this crib. Like, how does that go?
Yeah, man. So that's the thing. People think you get in real estate, you just sell houses. Like, no, it's really a grind. Okay. You have to go get clients. Like, you got to market, you got to prospect, you got to cold call. Well, today, now the new cold calling is social media. Okay. So boom, my reels that I post and stuff like that. Like, I had clients find me from California.
Wow.
They was like, oh yeah, we saw you dancing on doing that reel. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, yeah, bro. So like, you gotta like actually like put the work in. You gotta do open houses. But once you find a client, you know, like you learn, like your broker will teach you, like there's different things you can do depending on what brokers. You can join like a team. I'm on a team now, and I definitely recommend that for anyone.
If you don't mind, what company are you?
I'm with 4 Acre Realty.
4 Acre Realty.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Shout out to them.
Yep, my buddy, he was at Berkshire. He just opened his own brokerage. Okay. You feel me? So I mean, I love ambitious people, and the energy was crazy. I'm out. Yeah.
And I know this might be a little too far fetched, but I don't know if you want to talk about it. You don't got to talk about it. Just a quick question: do you plan on someday Maybe like doing your own thing or like your own brokerage someday, maybe in the future?
Me personally, no, because me personally, no, because my thing is the like more so on the fitness side. Like that's my passion. I love real estate because I'm serving people.
Gotcha.
You know, and I definitely want to continue doing real estate. Like I'm gonna keep my license forever. But my real goal is to build the fit and professional community. You know, build the brand and build the online platforms with the at-home workouts. Like, because I want people to understand that that's the best investment you can make is into yourself, health and wellness, and and we deserve to be healthy and wealthy. You know, so long term, that's my big thing I want to do. But real estate is just the catalyst and helping me get there. Got
it. So I don't want to talk about fitness yet because we're gonna dive into that. I know that's your bread and butter. So let's stick on the real estate real fast. Mm-hmm. So again, back to the real estate side. Yeah. So I think my thing is where I'm trying to figure out, because I know you said you gotta grind, hustle to kind of get people to buy whatever, get the viewings. But I think my question is, I'm trying to find a right way to ask it. So how do you put your name on the space?
How do I put a listing out there?
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like how do you, because I know, like I said, I passed my test and all that stuff. So now that I'm a part of the company or the brokerage.
What's next?
Like exactly, how do I put my name on this crib? Like how am I able to, what's the process before you go out there and get people in? You know what I mean? To let them know that this is your property, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like how does it become your property for you to be able to go out there and get people to come see it? You see what I'm saying?
So all right. Let me. I think I know how to answer it. So boom, let's break it down here. You got sellers and you got buyers.
Okay, there you go.
For example, my house right here, I own this house.
Okay, you own this house.
Say you're the real estate agent. You just got your license. Mm-hmm. Boom. I see that you're a real estate agent, or maybe you met me at a networking event or something like that. Okay. Boom. And I'm like, I'm thinking about selling. I'm like, oh yeah, I can. Can I send you a market analysis or something like that, and let you know what your house potentially could sell for based on comps that sold within the last 60 days in the area and your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That's a good way to do it. And from there, boom, I agree to list with you. I sign a listing agreement with you, and you get a commit. We agree to a commission.
Boom. There we go.
Then you put it on the market.
There we go. Okay.
Now you market it. Yep.
Got it. So it's technically owned by somebody. Yeah. Bro, the house is owned. So for example, this is owned by you.
Yeah.
Let's say that I just passed my license, took my test, passed it, and I see that you're trying to sell it. So me being a real estate agent on the selling side, I say, hey, I'm a real estate agent, whatever the case may be. How about we work out a deal to let me list this crib for you? And whatever I get for that house, you'll get a commission.
Yep. The realtor.
Not you, the person that sold it to you. So based off of however you list it for, right, they'll get a percentage. So is that how it goes?
So the listing agent. So boom, we're gonna go into numbers real quick. So boom, in Delaware is normal 5 to 6%. That's your listing agreement. Boom, that 5 or 6% is split evenly between the buyer's agent and the listing agent.
Got it.
So boom, not always. Sometimes depending on, but let's keep it simple, even, right? So boom, you listed my crib for $300,000, right? Mm-hmm. Let's pull up the calculator. So you listed my crib for $300,000.
This is good.
And then boom, we agreed to a 6% commission.
Okay.
Right? That's what we're gonna list it for. So 6% of 3,000 is 18,000. Okay. Right? So that's the total real estate commission.
Gotcha.
Boom. Now, if it's split evenly between buyer and seller, when we go to the closing table and you get me to the finish line, we got through the transaction, another buyer's agent came in, and now we at the closing table. Now it's split, in half. 9,000 a piece.
9,000. They get 9,000. Damn, that's good.
Without there's other fees involved, but it's
but just the basic,
basic
overview.
Mm-hmm,
wow, that's good. Yep. Okay, so now that makes sense. I'm understanding a little bit of the real estate terminology.
Or you could be on both sides.
And I was about to say. So now it's happening to
dual
the buyers.
Agency.
Is that a thing? So you have buying, selling, and then dual
agency. So boom, I say you list my crib, right? Mm-hmm. And you do an open house on Sunday, and boom, now you got all these buyers coming in. It's marketed on the MLS. You got all these buyers coming in. Some of them may be represented by agents. Like boom, sometimes my clients, I'm not in town, but it's open house. I'll be like, go to the open house. I'm gonna call and register you. So because I don't want nobody taking my clients, I'm like, hey, my client gonna stop through, and then they'll have a sign-in sheet and they'll ask you if you're working with a realtor. But there are some people out there that's not working with a realtor. Mm-hmm. So boom, say someone comes in and ready to make an offer on the house that you're listed at.
Wow.
Now you're representing both sides. Not all states allow dual agency, but Delaware does.
That's hard. So are you planning on doing? So what do? You just do buying or something?
Oh, it depends on the situation. I've done dual agency.
You done always okay.
That's dope. So I work right now. Mostly I work work mostly with buyers in my career right now. Like, I have a lot of buyers, and I'm not really that much on the listing side. I'm starting to get more listings.
Okay.
But I've had listings where I was on the listing side and the buy side.
Man, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Just real estate is such a... And talk to me a little bit about like how to analyze markets. Like, there's so many different things that come into real estate.
There's different hats you can wear in real estate.
Yeah,
like, you don't have to be a
sense.
realtor. You can be an investor. You can be a wholesaler.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so talk to me about wholesaling.
So wholesaling, I've never done wholesaling, but I kind of understand a little bit. It's kind of like you're playing the middleman. Where you don't need a license to do it.
Between.
You feel me? Like you go out and people drive around. You see these signs when they be like, we buy houses for cash. Those are most likely wholesalers or investors or something like that. So boom, say I'm a wholesaler. I see this distressed property. I find out who the seller is that, maybe they live in Florida, but they just forgot, they don't care about this house. I'll call them up like, hey, I see that you got this house on ABC Street. Are you looking to sell it? I can get you a cash offer today. They got an investor already waiting to buy it. And then they go to the, whatever contract you have with that investor or whatever, you go to the table and you get a check just for bringing them together. You don't need a license to do that. So that's wholesaling. I know people that are really successful with that. And my apologies if I'm missing steps. I'm not,
cool.
Full disclosure. I don't do wholesaling. But I understand
I just wanted to know a little bit about, and I think that's good, man. I think, look, he's more so not on that side, but, just to have general understanding of what that might be.
Too.
Yeah, and
house hacking, that's one thing I would definitely tell people to do if you never purchased a house. If you're in the area to do it, and the inventory allows it, house hack. So what I mean by house hacking is, boom, if you're a first-time home buyer, you don't have to just buy a residential home or a townhome. You can find a multi-unit, right? So say you find a 4-unit property, you can live in one of those units and rent the other 3 out and still use a first-time home buyer program. You can use those other units and projected rent that you're going to make to qualify you for more.
Damn.
So now you walking into income producing.
Income producing. That's crazy.
Live there for a year. You only got, what I'm saying? And then now when you move to your next joint, now you got 4 units.
That is crazy, bro. That's crazy. Because I think, what's crazy? I was speaking to like one of my close friends, man. One of my close friends from back home was just telling me a little bit about that. So my thing is, like, is there any, knowing all of these hacks behind real estate and all of that stuff, like, what is the one, how can I say this? Like, I hope this doesn't sound bad, but like, what is the one difficulty when it comes to like real estate? You know what I mean? Like, is there one thing that's just always like,
I would say
for people to be prepared for? Like, if you're looking to tap into real estate, what is something that you should be prepared for coming into this type of industry?
I would say, first off, like, because I love working with first-time home buyers. So the biggest challenges I see when people come to me or they find me on Instagram or something is credit. You got to have good credit, to even qualify for these programs. There's money
to be a realtor or a real estate?
Oh, you mean to be a realtor?
Just in general. Like, if somebody wanted to start real estate.
Oh, if they want to start real estate.
Yeah, so not for people who want to purchase.
Okay.
For people who want to, we're going to get into that too, but for people who want to get started with real estate, right? Like, what is something that you should be prepared for getting ready to come into this industry?
I would say the test, anybody can go pass the test. That's the easy part. Well, I'm even gonna say easy because it's challenging for some people. I'm not trying to do that for full disclosure. But all right, boom. The easy part is getting the test.
Got you.
Passing the test. Getting your license is not hard. You don't need like a college degree or nothing like that. Boom. But the class and the test does not prepare you for what real estate is like.
Got you.
Only thing that's going to prepare you for real estate is going through it. The experience. I learned something new. I'm almost 4 years in real estate. I literally learn something new every day. Laws change. You deal with different personalities. As a realtor, you got to be a accountant. You got to be a therapist. You got to do all of that. Yeah, you got to keep people, like, you literally have to know how to, like, keep something going. You got to have knowledge of the transaction, know how it works in your state, really study your craft. So one thing for me, if there's I'm not a professional, like, inspector. So like, there are certain questions I know people are going to ask me when I first started doing houses and I'm showing people cribs. I didn't know what I was doing, but I'm just going. I'm just getting out there, not afraid. People are like, "What type of floors are these?" I'm like, "What?" Like, I don't know. Like, so boom. I don't know what type of countertops are these. Quartz countertops? Are these granite? I'm like, yeah, sound good. Is this wall? Crazy. Is this wall load bearing? So boom. What I do? I went to Lowe's. I went to Home Depot. I walked up and down those aisles, and now I still don't know everything, but I know the basics of like what type of flooring it is,
amazing, bro.
what type of, you know what I'm saying?
Doing your due diligence, right? Knowing your
become a master of your craft. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And never stop learning. Never be too big, or when you get success, think like, oh, I know it. Like, no. Anytime when I'm talking to somebody, like I like try to step back because I talk a lot because I get excited. Yeah. So sometimes I have to tell myself, like, all right, breathe, calm down real quick. Listen to what that person's saying. Even if they haven't even been in real estate longer than me, there's something I can learn from them.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
So, and I think that takes humbleness, not even humbleness, but that takes that real, like, you're a student of the game. You know what I mean? I think that's good. That's a good message right there in itself. Like, you can learn something from everybody, bro. It don't matter if you've been here longer, shorter. Like, you can always learn a piece of the puzzle, to every person. And that it's funny that you even brought up, like, your your beginnings, where you really didn't know everything. Like, tell me a time where, you had an embarrassing moment, right? Like, has there ever been an embarrassing moment where you was doing a showing and
all the time?
Stumbled? Still, so give me your the one that you remember, if you remember one that you like.
I would say like when I started getting, in the beginning, it was really just like not knowing the answers to things. But one thing I did learn from someone, I think I was watching a podcast. It was like, it's okay not to know. Just say, I don't know, and I'll figure it out. I don't know that, but I'm gonna find that out for you.
There you go.
Or try to shift the conversation a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, talk about something you do know, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay not to know stuff. Like, nobody knows everything. It's okay not to know everything. As long as you're willing to go find the answer, people will respect that. Yeah. And I, like, throughout my career, I still make mistakes. Now that I'm more busy, sometimes, like, I don't get to research my properties as much before seeing them. Yeah. So, I wouldn't say more so embarrassing moments. It's just, for me, I take pride in what I do. So I want to be fully prepared. And that comes with me just like proper preparation. I keep going back to that. Like if I know I'm going to see these houses, let me at least read the seller's disclosure and understand, is there central air here? Or, know the basics. And then, when I'm there, like now I have my phone or my iPad or something, I'll have it up with me. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's so much going on, I have to have some type of.
That's amazing, man. And I think that's pretty good for just the real estate side, but you're doing a lot of good stuff there. So that's dope, man. I think I'm learning a lot, just kind of hearing all of this stuff, because I be seeing all of this real estate stuff going on. And there's something about the way you kind of do your stuff that's kind of like very appealing. You know what I mean? Like some people that kind of, I feel like they just do it because they feel like that's where the money be at. You know what I'm saying? So to kind of see somebody who really doing it the right way, shout out to you, man. Just studying the game and doing it your way. So that's dope. Shout out to you, bro. And let's kind of dive into, your other your passion now, right? Which is fitness, man. Like, big fan, bro. Like, I tell you that, like you said, we support each other. We always following each other, man. Your content creation, just your YouTube channel, just the fitness, man. When did fitness become, your go-to, right? When did fitness become, this is my baby right here. This is it for me.
So I can go back to like every time in my life where, things, I would say I was going through some type of struggle. And the thing that got me out of it was fitness. So when I first had my son, I was a, full-time athlete, like college athlete at the highest level. I really just like turned it up to the next level. Worked hard, working out twice a day, extra outside of practice, and it helped me, build my confidence. It helped me just excel. And then transition outside of college, when I graduated, I came home trying to pursue my college professional career. It was really volatile. And I'm like, I got a kid. I got to start working, So I was blessed to have a really good job. And, but I'm sitting in a cubicle, I'm sitting, 9 to 5 joint. And I'm just like, this is not for me. This is not for me. It's cakes every day. It's somebody's birthday every day. It's always having a pizza party. So boom, I got out of shape like bad. And one of my friends, she always like calls everybody out. And she was like, yeah, you're gonna have a dad body. Like, I see you, your cheeks getting puffed, because I got nasty puffy cheeks. And I don't get like a big stomach, but like my face puffs up when I'm not, and I can tell when I'm not healthy. And I was just embarrassed because it's like I take pride in all of that. And, that's when Herbalife came in, so I started on Herbalife. I got in the best shape of my life during that.
And I'm assuming
at that time.
Assuming Herbalife is like a nutrition or something.
Yeah, nutrition. Nutrition company, and it's also an MLM. So you can build a business behind it too. Okay. That's where really everything started too when it comes to like the mindset. Because that's one thing I really love about Herbalife is the how much they pride personal development. Man, like, oh my gosh.
Developing yourself and mindset. Yeah, bro, that mindset shit is dope.
Man, and it's like, that's where it all started when it came to the mindset and me like starting this journey and everything people see now, like they call me motivational stuff. It's like, that's where it started. But like fitness became a passion because it got me out of a dark place. Like I was dealing with the guilt with my son not being there. I let myself go. Yeah. I was, depressed, like really bad. And it's just like, I'm just like, yo, I ain't know my purpose for life. Cause up to that point, I thought it was basketball. You know what I'm saying? I worked so hard to I started at the bottom and worked myself up, became Delaware Player of the Year, went to college on D1 scholarship. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought that was my journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, this for me. And I'm like, God, what happened? Like I'm at these professional tryouts and I'm killing. I'm like, but
it's just not. It's
I'm
not
like,
working.
What's going on? And it's like, God, he's like, son, that's not for you. I got something else for you to do.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I look back at it now, like, okay, I know why he shut some of those doors. You know what I'm saying? So fitness, helped me get out of a dark place. So now I feel like God is using me to let his light shine and inspire others. Like when I post my fitness videos, bro, the messages I get, like I have a bigger platform on TikTok. One video I posted, I was running and I had like a prayer in the background. That's the audio. When I tell you the messages I had, like I'm getting, you can probably see the goosebumps now, bro.
Yeah,
like,
that's dope, bro.
The messages, bro, they were like, oh my gosh, you don't know, I just finished praying. It's the first video that popped up. I just lost my mother. I was about to end it all, but I saw this video.
Wow, bro.
There's people.
Shout out to you for that, bro.
Man, it's like,
that's dope.
I'll be overwhelmed with emotion because it's just like, yo, like I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like this priceless. I don't care what comes out of it. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, bro. Because it's something about that. Just being there for the people, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's something about it that you just get a high off of it.
It's like, it's unexplainable,
people
man.
that you don't know. And this is why it's important for people to, we're going to talk about, your routine and content in a second, but this is why it's important to just continue going, bro, because you never know who's watching you. And people got to realize that whether you blowing up or not, bro, it only takes one person. It takes one person, bro. So that one person that might have seen that video, you just changed their whole life, bro. And that's what matters, you know what I mean? So for those of y'all, man, just keep going, and you know what I'm saying? But you can get back to like your content and all that stuff, but that was dope.
Yeah, man. Like you said, it only takes that one yes. Like I remember like one guy who lives in my mind rent free is David Goggins.
That's my boy. He be going crazy. You got
Stay hard mentality.
Stay hard, yeah, he be going crazy.
Like
I love David Goggins, yeah.
Man, like it's like he's somebody like that did it for me. I read his book and like I think after I read his book, I got up and ran 10 miles. I never ran 10 miles in my life. Just ran. I was just like, cause he's like, stay hard mentality. Like, cause it's really like building a callus on your mind and reprogramming your subconscious. You know what I'm saying? Cause this is the most powerful thing. Like it shuts down before the body does. We can always do more. You know what I'm saying? But like going back to what you said, like us inspiring others, that's what it's about. Because when we have dreams and visual, like there's literally a part in our brain that's for visualizations called the reticular activating system. That's where we have vision and our creativity, our imagination lives. And through, like for me, like my form of that is like the content creation. Like I get so excited to, all right, what I'm gonna do next? Like how am I?
How you gonna get better? What I'm gonna do?
Like, I get to be, I feel like that a lot of us let that kid inside of us die when it's like, no, you don't have to let that kid die. He just an adult now, but he still has all that imagination. Remember when we had no worries? We just, all right, let's go outside and hoop. Let's go play. Let's ride on the bike.
Dream big.
No worries. And we have that still in us. It's just like society lets that die and we work to, I think I'm gonna say it wrong, like we live to work instead of like
working to live.
Yeah. I think maybe I said it wrong.
You think, probably backwards.
They get what we trying to say. And it's just like, I'd rather, like a lot of people are like, you need to still make time for yourself and things like that. And society we live in now, it's like, all right, the 9-to-5 structure is work 40 years and enjoy 10. And then maybe you still might have to go back to work. For me, I'd rather bust my butt for these next 10 years and live how I want for 40. 50. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole journey I'm on right now, man.
Man, that's inspiring, bro. And you kind of mentioned that kid, bro. That kid in you should never die, man. And I think that's important for you to even speak about, bro, because, I can remember that vividly, man. Like us being kids and just dreaming big, doing the stupid stuff, like not caring about nothing and not being fearful about what nobody's saying because we kids, right? We want to explore, but as we get older, what starts to happen? People opinions. We start understanding.
We start
caring about what people think. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, y'all got to be able to have that kid mentality forever. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. And you reminded the people of to find that again. You know what I mean? Find it again. So that's dope. And what's your plan for like, because it's Body by Breeze. I think that's like your fitness.
Yeah, that's the business.
That's the business name.
That's the umbrella.
That's the umbrella. So you're very big on. You got a good following on Instagram. You're good on YouTube. YouTube, but TikTok and all that. Like, what's the ultimate goal, right? Like, what's the ultimate goal behind Body by Breeze or just content creation? Like, what's the big goal?
The big goal. So
Body by Breeze.
Yeah. So Body by Breeze that's my business, Body by Breeze, and that's what owns like my brand, Fit and Professional. So basically, like long term wise, like of course, like I said, I'll still do real estate. I want to have like a big like I'm building my investment portfolio, like having passive income. That's the capacity I want to be in long term. Just have income producing coming in passively. And then in regards to this, I want to really build a fit and professional community. And like right now, I have a private Facebook group of like right now it's at like 200 people, but I see that being like millions. You know what I'm saying? Where I don't even have to go in there. There's other people just accountable, holding each other accountable. They doing my workouts. Y'all did the workout of the week today, like, and I got another project about to drop soon. It's like a full program. Like I want that to be the catalyst, and then me and there doing giveaways. Like I'm about to do $1,000 giveaway for me getting to 1,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Bro. Stuff like that, little things, and rewarding people for staying disciplined, and I just want to really build that fit and professional community, and through the fitness and when it comes to the content creation, like partnering with big major companies and just inspiring people. Like I want that to be not even worry. I just do it for fun because it's like a form of art for me.
Got you.
Like when I'm doing the videos when I'm flying, and it's like I always wanted to be a superhero, and now this content creation makes me feel like a superhero. That's why I go by like Mr. Fit and Professional. It's like you know what I'm saying. So that's my whole goal with it, building that community and doing pop-ups. Like if I got like a big following in Miami, all right, we doing a pop-up this week. Have a pop-up and build like eventually I want to do an NFT project where I do a utility for the holders where it's like, all right, y'all get access to this. I'm going to bring in financial literacy coaches.
That'd be fire, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
That'd be fire.
So I'm building that long,
bro. Yeah, that NFT, that'd be a big project, man. And I'm proud of what you got going on, but that's dope. Just to kind of see you having that balance.
Proud of you too, man.
The fitness and all that stuff, bro. It's inspiring because even from one person who's intrinsically motivated, meaning I could, we could get up and do our things in ourselves. You know what I mean? But to be able to get motivated even more by somebody else is kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing your thing because I'm sure the people out there, they love the work, man. So shout out to you. The last thing, man, and we're going to kind of get out of here. I like just getting this from people who are doing very well. So what would you tell yourself, what would you tell 10-year-old, 11-year-old Breeze? You know what I mean? Based on everything that you've been through and what you're learning about life, like what would you go back and tell 10, 11-year-old Breeze?
Be you. Be you. Because a lot of times, especially as men and just coming up as a teenager, we want to fit in. We want the girls to think we're cool. And, back then being cool was thinking like acting tough and having, not being you, like doing stuff just for other people, for their validation to fit in. I've always been a guy who was goofy, like to dance, and I feel like now I'm at the point where it's like some of my stuff, people might look at him like, oh, he corny, he dancing and stuff, but that's me. Be you always, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're you, that's the only thing you can do. Wow. It's just be you. Like you don't have to act. Yep. You wake up every day with no worries. So I would tell my 10-year-old self, be you and, never stop being you. Amazing, and understand that, you're capable of anything. Success is all around you. Let your confidence be overwhelming. And what else would I say? There's greatness on the other side of fear.
Wow, bro. Breeze, my brother.
Appreciate you, man.
That's crazy. Real quick, man, how can the people, stay connected? Tell them your Instagram, all that good stuff. Tell the people how to stay connected with you and what you got going on. Yeah,
so I'm 302 Breeze, 302 for Delaware, 302 Breeze on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I have a Body by Breeze page and a Fit and Professional page for my brand, but you can find that all through the umbrella at 302 Breeze. So I appreciate y'all tapping in and I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have all of his information down in the details below. Again, if you liked and enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, subscribe, download on all platforms. Appreciate you, Breeze, my brother.
Appreciate you.
Make sure y'all tune in, man. That's funny.
Man, that was good.
Good one, bro.